Is your mechanic scamming you by doing a free inspection? Is it just a ploy to get more money or to do more work? What is it? Why do they offer free inspections if they're considered what is known as a loss leader? Well, I'm going to expose the truth in this video right here. You may think, how can somebody scam you by doing something for free? Well, I'm sure everybody's had their car at a mechanic, took it there for an oil change, took it there for a tire rotation or for some new tires. And then they got quoted an absolute outrageous price for other parts that they had no idea that they were even wrong. Their car wasn't making any noises. Their car wasn't doing anything wrong. And now you're telling me that I need to spend $2,000 to replace all these parts? Something smells a little fishy. I don't know. Walk past that fish market right by me. Anyway, what I'm saying is, for me, myself, I'm a mechanic. I love inspections. I love that we're moving to the digital age to where it's digital inspection, because as a mechanic, I don't get much interaction between the customer and myself. I work on your car. I relay the information to my service writer, who then relays it to you. And if it's something that you need me to explain to you, then obviously I'll do that. But that's really the only time I get to interact with a customer besides the inspection. In digital inspections, if I'm taking pictures, if I'm putting in my notes, that's all going to get emailed to you. Then I can talk directly to you, and I can show you, hey, Mr. Customer, I know that for the most part, most customers don't have the ability to get their car 10 feet in the air, stand underneath it, and just look at everything. The ability to do that is just, it's not easily had. So I am a mechanic. They protect the shop. If you were to do work at our shop and we didn't do an inspection, and then 10 miles down the road, a different part on your car coincidentally broke and it had nothing to do with what we did, but we didn't tell you about it, then that comes back as a liability on us. So I think it's a good thing for, a couple of reasons. A, it tells customers like a snapshot of their car. You get to know what kind of condition my car's in. Does it need all these parts? Is it worth keeping? Is it worth selling? Is it worth repairing? You get a very good and accurate idea of what kind of vehicle you have, what's going on with your vehicle. And if you take care of it in your inspections, then your inspections end up being a lot lighter. But if you only take your car to the mechanic once every year and a half, they're probably always going to be pretty big. Your car might not be making noises, but you probably have a lot of parts that have gone bad and they're just hanging on for dear life. So, why do most shops offer free inspections? Well, profit. It comes down to profit at the end of the day. We consider inspections a loss leader. So if you come in to do oil changes and I peek in your rims and I notice that your brakes are minimum, they're about to be metal to metal grinding, well, I'm not scamming you. I've noticed this. You're already in my shop. You already have your car here. I am going to recommend a brake inspection, pull them wheels off so I can physically look at them brakes. I can physically collapse some calipers. I can get an accurate idea of how long this is going to last you before it's grinding or leaves you on the side of the road or potentially gets you into a car accident. And while that does help you, it also helps the shop. I mean, we have to do repairs to stay in business. That's how we make money. You can't live if you don't make money. So you have to be able to do that as well as help your customer out. So that's the happy medium, and I think that's why inspections are free. Some shops I've seen pay the technician like 0.25, which is awesome. But for the most part, most shops don't charge a customer for the inspection because we want to look at it. We want to find something wrong with your vehicle to tell you about it. So A, it can get repaired. That safety hazard can get off the road. It's not going to injure you. It's not going to injure somebody else. But B, so we can get paid for repairing it. I mean, that's also, so what do we hope results from a free inspection? Well, it's that exactly. We hope that we find something wrong with your vehicle, whether it's low brakes, whether it's a leaking oil pan or a leaking valve cover or something. That way we can say, hey, Mr. Customer, I've also found this is wrong with your vehicle. We could extend the longevity of your vehicle's life by repairing this here today for X amount of dollars. Then that keeps me in business because I'm still working, I'm still making a profit, but it also keeps that customer safe. It keeps them, like their time in a very good area because they don't have to bring their car back. It's just getting repaired, and in my opinion, it helps everybody involved versus not doing that inspection. Customer takes their car, drives it for 2 days, then it breaks again, and then the customer's like, well, I just had it worked on. They must have done something. Or customer brings it back, hey man, you just worked on this. It's not my fault that something broke. So a lot of times, most shops, most mechanics, what happens if we don't do the inspection? Well, that kind of goes back into what I just said. If we don't do the inspection, you go 2 miles down the road, your car breaks. You can hold us liable even if we didn't even work on the area that broke, just because of how finicky cars are and in the expectation of what a mechanic does and the expectation of what a repair facility does. So we have to legally to not only cover ourselves, but to also save your life. I mean, cars, when they break and you're going 75 miles an hour down the expressway, can cause some very horrific accidents and can end your life. So I know personally I've never met a mechanic that wants to see an accident happen. They all want to prevent it. That's like one of our number one goals is to prevent accidents. So yeah, I know that is a big part of it for most of us as far as inspection goes as well. Are the problems we list with your vehicle legitimate? I know that's the main question. Like, okay, I get it. You have an inspection. You guys got to make a profit. You guys got to be able to do work to stay in business. I get all of that. But when you do this inspection, are you just lying to me and saying that it needs this part, that it needs this part, that it needs tie rods, that it needs brakes, that it needs tires, that it needs all of these things? Are you just saying that just so you can make money on the repair? Or does it actually need these things? In my professional experience, I have never seen the latter. I've never seen it to where a mechanic or a shop recommends a part that is not bad. Actually, some shops I've been at will fire you if you inspect a vehicle and recommend a part that does not need to be changed, because at that point, then you are scamming your customer, then you are taking advantage of the customer, and then that's where most people that have any sense of morals stop and say, no, I'm not okay with that. You're either going to have to leave the shop, you're going to have to do something different, you're going to have to figure this out and fix that, because I'm not a scam artist. I work hard for my money. I get my beat up hands, I get dirty money or dirty hands, clean money. But at the end of the day, I take pride in what I do. I take pride in the fact that I'm a good person and that I help others. So yes, the problems that most mechanics, I mean, obviously we've all heard horror stories. Obviously there's outliers in every industry. But for the most part, every problem that your mechanic lists with your vehicle is legitimate. And I mean, cars, they break. They're not built the way they used to be. We drive them hard. Michigan, for example, has really, really rough roads. So driving over them potholes all day, it's amazing that they hold up as well as they do.